Good morning. Welcome to Coffee with Grant. Today we're sitting with Thomas Volker, who's got a very interesting product that he's developed. And without saying too much, what I'm going to do is just hand over to Thomas. And Thomas, just fill us in the journey of quantum silver and the incredible journey to this point in time.
Thank you, Grant. Yeah, it's been very interesting. About 4 years ago, friends of mine introduced me to this product called quantum silver, which is manufactured in Germany. At that stage, I had no idea what it's all about and what it can actually do. And then my research started, thousands of hours of reading up and learning about it and experimenting till where we are today. And so we really discovered this huge new technology product and all the benefits it has for people, especially for ailments that can't be cured easily by traditional means and traditional drugs. So I would like to introduce you to the product and give a general overview, which I'll do by means of a presentation.
Okay.
So the quantum silver, first of all, what's important is that it's manufactured with a brand new technology called quantum dotting, which they do in Germany. And the active ingredient that is produced in that factory in Germany is then imported by us, and we manufacture the product locally. For this reason, we can sell it to the public at very reasonable prices, and it's affordable for most people. We've been busy with this product since 2018 and already have got thousands of testimonies of people for all kinds of ailments that have been helped by it. But I don't know why it's not moving on. There we go. All right. So the silver is produced from the silver metal, which is attached to a inert molecule. And I'll show you an example of that in a minute. What makes it very specific is that it has strong antiviral properties and kills viruses. The same counts for bacteria, any bacterial infections. And what is different with this product is that our product, quantum silver, only kills disease-causing bacteria and not your normal healthy bacteria that, for example, are in the gut. This is a vast difference to traditional antibiotics, which do not discriminate and kill all of them. Then our product has also got strong antifungal products. It's got an anti-inflammatory effect, reducing inflammation and improving healing. And to speed that up, it's got a very good effect on diabetes and to help people cope better that suffer from diabetes. And then also it has been well researched and documented that it does kill many types of cancer in humans. Here we just have an illustration of how a virus comes into the body and infects a cell, and then within the cell it multiplies and excretes thousands of viruses, which then can also infect other people and make them sick. So our silver is depicted here in a form of those blue dots, that it actually attaches to the virus and kills the virus before it enters cells and causes damage. Or if the cell's already infected, then the silver enters the cell and kills the virus within the cell, preventing it from producing more viruses and infecting other people or making you more sick. This illustration is a background of bacteria, and we understand why our product, quantum silver, only enters the prokaryotic type of bacteria, the disease-causing ones, because their cell wall, you can see here on the cursor, is very different to a normal healthy cell of the body. So our product does not enter healthy cells, it only kills bacteria or those that shouldn't be there, viruses. Here it shows the different modes of action. These round dots are the silver atoms that actually come and enter a bacterial cell, where they can either destroy the DNA of the disease-causing bacteria, or they attach to the ribosomes and destabilize them, or it also denatures the enzymes within the bacteria, breaking up the bacterial cells, and then they cannot cause further damage within the body. This research was done a few years ago to demonstrate that our product does not damage the normal gut bacteria that we need for protection, for immunity, for enzyme production and better digestion. In the right-hand graph, a sample was taken from a healthy gut, and the person was only treated with water. And that shows the three groups of bacteria occurring in a healthy gut. The next columns next to it show, with treatment of different levels of silver, what the effect was if treated with silver, that the gut bacteria hardly changed. They remain more or less the same as the water treatment. On the other hand, here the first graph depicts the person that was treated with a broad spectrum antibiotic. And in that case, it changes the gut bacteria, it reduces immunity, and it upsets the stomach very often. So this is a very big plus point of our product that is unique, because it only differentiates and only affects the disease-causing bacteria and not the healthy bacteria in the gut. Many of you might have heard about a product called colloidal silver, which can be bought in some pharmacies. That is a very old technology, and the process how that product is produced is very different to our product. So in the case of the normal colloidal silver, it's produced by electrolysis through electric current in water. Our product is manufactured, as I've previously said, in a company in Germany, where an inert molecule is quantum dotted with the silver atoms. Now, why I emphasize this is because all our silver atoms that are attached to this molecule are less than 10 nanometers in size. That is 10 millionth of a millimeter. Very, very small. And because of its small size, it's got very specific characteristics and is highly effective in low doses. Whereas in the colloidal silver, particle sizes can vary from 10 to 200 nanometers or even bigger. And those bigger molecules aren't easily absorbed through the gut into the system, also not so easily excreted. So our product is very unique and very safe. Now, how is it applied? Here I just gave a short list of very common infections that people can suffer from, all caused by viruses. Those include your normal colds and flu that come often seasonal, infection like shingles. We'll discuss in more details many of these later on. And then herpes or cold sores, vaginal herpes also caused by the herpes virus, chickenpox, often in children, or German measles, meningitis is very often caused by a viral infection, warts on the skin caused by pox virus, and then the HIV or AIDS caused also by a virus. These are just some of the common viral infections that we can treat with this quantum silver. And then the second one is bacteria, which are bigger organisms also affecting us. Very common examples are the bronchitis and pneumonia, which usually follows from a flu or cold when the secondary bacteria come in and you get chest pain, fever, coughing, etc. Sinusitis, which can be caused by allergies, but very often there's a secondary infection caused by bacteria, which worsens the problem in the sinuses and the nose, and you get a blocked nose and feel horrible. Then stomach ulcers or abscesses in the body or on the skin. Acne has also got a bacterial component to it. And then many wounds that become infected, either that were caused by trauma or burn wounds become infected and then they don't heal easily. If we use our product, we can solve that. Stomach ulcers, also well known, that it's caused by a bacterium that grows in the stomach wall and causes that severe pain and bleeding very often. Different types of diarrhea, colitis, and then also the sexually transmitted infections like gonorrhea and syphilis are bacterial infections which can all be treated with our product. Fungal infections that we often know are candida or thrush, overgrowth, the ringworm, which is very common on the skin, and faces, or different parts of the body. Some types of dandruff are also caused by a fungal infection, and then fungal infections, which are either fingernails or in toenails, and they can be very stubborn, but we can also use our quantum silver to treat that. Then what is very interesting is there are many published articles that you can find on the internet about the nano silver, which is depicted by the AgNP. Ag is the Latin symbol for silver, and NP is nanoparticle. That just means a very, very small silver molecule, and that exhibits very good anti-cancer activities. And these are all types of cancer that have been published, and these small numbers refer to the published articles for humans. Breast cancer, cervical, colon, ovarian, pancreatic, lung cancer, hepatocellular, which is a liver cancer, melanoma, the common ones, the dark spots on the skin, and osteosarcoma of the bones. So that is also very good news. Then what we've experienced over these 4 years is the anti-diabetic effect of silver. Patients who suffer from diabetes often have a problem to keep their blood sugar in check. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's very low. And we have found if they drink of our product, the quantum silver, that it stabilizes that blood sugar. And here it explains how that process actually works in the body, that these silver particles activate protein kinase, they inhibit protein kinase isozymes, and enhancing the insulin secretion. So it makes your pancreas more active again to produce more insulin. And on the other hand, the cell walls are stimulated to absorb more glucose into them by making them insulin sensitive again. So we don't have that problem of insulin resistance. So this is fantastic. And there at the bottom, I'm writing about a lady who has got or had diabetes type 2. And after 2 weeks of drinking our quantum silver, she could actually stop taking her diabetes medication. And she's now living a normal life like a person who has never had diabetes. Our products come in various forms. The most common one is in a solution, either half liter, a 1 liter, or a 5 liter. Then we also have it in a spray bottle for application on any skin conditions that you would like to treat. A nasal spray, which is commonly used for blocked noses, for sinusitis or any infection in that area. Then we've got the iron eardrops, which are very handy and can be used on any infection within the eye or the ear. And then also in a gel form, because most skin conditions are treated very easily with a gel. It is a water-based gel and dries very quickly, so you don't have an oily surface after treatment. And then we also have got our quantum silver available now in a capsule form, either a bottle of 10 capsules, which is enough for 5 days if you drink 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening, or in a box of 30, which is enough for 15 days. So how much do we recommend to drink? So the quantum silver solution We recommend any person who's sick, and that we mean with acute. In other words, you've got a fever, you've got an active infection, you've got pain, and you want treatment. You either drink the solution, 50 milliliters, 2 times daily, or you take 1 capsule, because the 1 capsule contains the equivalent silver as a 50 milliliter of the solution. So a minimum of 5 days. Even if you feel better after 2 days, carry on drinking for another 3 days, so to ensure that the infection doesn't come back, that you don't have a relapse, because it's very easy to kill 80% of the virus or the bacteria, but then that 20% that is left can start growing again, and you sit with the same problem a week or 2 later. So to prevent that, do a minimum of 5 to 7 days a course when you're sick. What we call subacute, that is something that is lingering. You maybe don't have a fever, but you've got that occasional cough, or maybe something with an upset stomach, whatever the condition is, and then we just half the dose and do that 2 times daily for a week. For children under 12 years, we recommend to take half the dose. In other words, 25 milliliters 2 times daily if they feel sick or have a fever. And then any chronic infections where people have had an infection for years or for a long time, something very serious, there they go onto a full medication of 50 ml twice daily for at least 3 months. And that would be for infections of tuberculosis, HIV, or in case of cancer. And then the maintenance is very common and very popular, and that is like a booster, like a health booster that people do to prevent them from getting sick. So they just take 25 milliliter once daily and drink that, and that's a very good supplement to take and to reduce the chances of picking up any infection, especially if you're around people, wherever, shopping mall or at the work or wherever you travel. So that just boosts your immune system and keeps you healthy. The nice thing about our quantum silver is that it's extremely safe. You can't overdose on it. If someone would by accident drink 5 or 10 times the recommended dose, they would not even have side effects of it. That is how safe it is, because of its nature. It's quickly absorbed and it's quickly excreted. It's also safe to be used for babies. So just in summary, this product is unique because of its antiviral effect. There's no other product that we know of that kills viruses that can be taken in and have a systemic effect throughout the body to kill the virus. Most medications that people can buy if you have a flu or any of the other viral infections is to treat the symptoms. This treats the cause of the disease, and that is very unique. Secondly, because our product is an alternative to antibiotics, instead of drinking antibiotics which kill good and bad bacteria, our product only kills the disease-causing bacteria, which makes it very unique. And then, as I say, there are no side effects. It happens in very occasional cases that people have a transient side effect, maybe a bit of a headache or a diarrhea for a few hours. It doesn't need to be treated and will disappear once the body resets itself. And then there's no resistance of microbes against our product. So it will work if the dose is correct. Here is just a picture of our different products, and you can also view them on our website. Thank you. Grant, I think that gives a nice summary and just an overall overview with a huge application and different conditions that can be treated by this product. And we're looking forward to the more individualized clips that we're going to do, where we're going to focus on specific conditions and how to treat and handle them.
Yeah, Thomas, that was very, very informative. So I'm really, really glad that we had this conversation, because it just shows how dynamic and diverse the whole quantum silver range is. So I think we're going to wrap it up for now. So thank you for joining me on Coffee with Grant. And
yeah, thank you very much. It was great.